I think the one thing that everyone gets wrong about manifestation is that they just think that it's all about thinking positively. That you just need to write down in your notebook, I'm a winner, or I'm the best, or telling yourself positive affirmations, and going through all these rituals every day. When in reality, it's much more of a different process if you actually want to get action out of your manifestation and actually see changes in your life. Because as much as people want to go through that shortcut of thinking, I told myself all these positive things in the mirror this morning, the world and the universe is still going to be waiting for you to take action and actually do things yourself. But it's more about how can you put yourself and become someone who does take that action. That's what manifestation really is. Not being a big positive thinker, becoming someone who creates their reality and changes their reality from their day to days. And I think that I've discovered a process of how to do that the best way. And I want to share that with you today on how to actually become that person that manifests and creates something because they put themselves and became that person who creates those things in the reality in the first place, not because of their own cheerleader. Um, what I think the first step in this process really is realizing that you need to be in a certain state of mind to really get clarity to become someone that can actually change the reality. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're someone who is, not in a great mental state all the time, maybe you're not treating your body the right way. Maybe you haven't been having good habits in your day to days. Maybe you've been cranky, groggy. Really just not in your best self, right? That's not going to be a person who probably has a lot of clarity on their life, right? We'd suspect that someone who has clarity in their life is, maybe seems like a happy person, maybe not happy, but just at least a peaceful person, someone who's not lashing out, someone who's not anxious, someone who's not rushed, someone who's not worrying about what people think about them, worrying about their next day at work, right? Anxiety, fear, nervousness, anger, all these bad kind of emotions and vibrational feelings that come that we all have a negative sense with, right? So what you need to do first, if you want to be someone who's going to change your reality in a positive way and actually manifest the world that you would like, whatever that is, getting a new job, getting a new partner, getting a new family, getting a new house. We all have different goals, okay? Imagine whatever it is. You need to become a person who has gained clarity on their situation and really calm down their nervous system. And there's many ways to do that through meditation, through exercising, fasting, eating better, going for a long walk, maybe even just hydrating. Some people aren't that hydrated. Anyways, you need to get your nervous system calm and you really need to put yourself in an attractive state where you can actually assess the situation, look at your reality, look at the life ahead of you, look at your day to days, and be truly present. Many people have different ways of doing this. Figure out your way. I just listed a few. I'm sure there could be more. And we can dive into that in another video. But become present and really get off your phone. Go for a walk in the park. And I'm sure me and you both know that there's when you feel present, when you're with people you don't want to put your phone on, when you're at the beach, versus in the middle of your day when you're stressed out at work or waking up in the middle of the night to take care of your kids. Whatever those bad moments are, I know you're not present and feeling clear then, right? So um, get that clarity in your life and really absorb it and recognize what that feels like, right? Being really self-aware when you feel the clarity versus when you don't is even another skill that's super good to practice on your own. Once you're in that kind of present state, you're going to be able to like actually kind of start to realize what your thoughts look like. You're going to be able to start recognizing patterns. You're going to be able to think a bit more creatively. You're going to be actually able to deep dive and have a couple more thoughts in that project that you've been thinking about from your day to day at work. You're actually going to be able to think about, that old passion that you used to have when you were a kid, and you really want to take up dancing again. You really want to take up that sport again, or you really want to actually go hard in the gym or get that new job. Whatever it is, you're going to be starting thinking about that more creatively and in a better frame of state. And through this pattern recognition and seeing what's going on around you, you're going to get a sense of kind of that. I'm going to be honest, like that woo woo present feeling that we all know and love that we used to have when we were kids, when we could really just see things for what they are, build the building blocks, go be playful. You get this great sense of joy and abundance and these great thoughts that you always wish you had all the time, but you don't because you don't have clarity. This world is so disruptive, always coming at us with social media, jobs, your parents, your partners, mean people in the street, whatever it is. You're going to finally look at the world again the way you should. And you're going to have these great positive thoughts. Why did I say that yesterday? That was kind of rude of me. Why was I so grumpy this morning? Why couldn't I get the energy to go to bed last week? I should be living more. I should be doing that, right? All these things are going to start coming to you. And this is when the actual manifestation loop starts, and then you need to act upon it. There's all these great positive thoughts coming through. This is when you start to say, I can be great. I can be that person. Why don't I start that business? Why don't I take that risk? These thoughts come through to you. You're in this abundant state. You have clarity. You know what to do. And the great people who actually manifest and change the reality inside of this mental state process, they're the ones who later on in life, when they accomplish things, look back and say, I manifested it. The way they manifested it is they actually took actions upon these thoughts in that moment, and they created a full loop of execution on the positive actions that came to them while they were in this clarity, relaxed, present, nervous system dialed state. We're natural human beings, and there's so much stuff going on all the time. The things that we need to get out of ourselves are already inside of our brain. We already know what we need to do, and that's when the manifestation magic comes in, because you can just control yourself to calm down and let those thoughts come to you. Be attractive. You always hear people saying don't chase, attract. When you're going to be desperate for a new job or a new partner, we're going to be chasing everything. When you're going to be yelling at people, when you're going to be trying to get to the front of the line, when you're worried about where the restaurant is tonight, and if you can't get to that restaurant, you're going to be pissed if there's a long line, and you're going to go to the next one. You're not going to like the next one the best. Like these little things, like you're never going to be someone who's going to be attractive or like changes their world at all. And I was thinking about this the other day when I was walking. It was after work on a long Friday afternoon. I had a long week of work. And I was like, how did I even get here? Like sometimes I'm sometimes recently I'm like, hey, I haven't had any good thoughts lately. Like I'm just like not cooking up these same good ideas. Like how did they even get here in the first place? And I kind of thought back. I said, when I wanted to actually do something, it took me a while to realize what I wanted and become present and clear and say, okay, I know I want to take this jump and leave my comfy corporate job to go join a startup in the most volatile industry right now. How am I going to do that? I need to go apply for a job tonight. I applied to that job. I applied to 2 jobs. Someone gave me a chance. Now my world's completely changed and different. I've traveled the world for work. I've been to conferences and met people I would never have the dream of meeting. And I was just like, how do they like? Sometimes I don't even feel like that person. It's because, oh no, that when I did do that, I was thinking clear. I took action right away, and the action resulted in creating my reality that I always wanted. It just took me that one day to actually go do something about it. If you want to go actually start that business and you've always been thinking about it, dreaming about it, one day you're going to feel clear. You're going to actually do the thing. You're going to actually go start that LLC. You're going to go take that credit card out, get the loan, like whatever these things are you need to do. And then you're going to look back and say, how did I finally do that? How do these people actually end up, having the courage or having the process to actually go make these decisions and create the reality of the things that they want? We all want to do these things. 99% of us want to go do all these things, and only 1% of us do. We all know that, right? The world is not an evenly distributed place. Some people have major successes, and the majority of people don't. The majority of people end their life with a lot of regret, and it is sad. Those people who got to the top, they were never the smartest. They were never the most talented. Most of the times, they don't have the most fortunate circumstances. They created their own realities because they had the ability to get clarity, find what was coming to them, knew what they wanted, and they took action on it right away. And that's what a true manifestation process is, because you literally can do anything. You can figure it out. Things are so much closer. You can be so much luckier if you start to take these small leaps of faith. I guarantee you, if you go to one networking event, if you go to take that one class you didn't want to take, you'll come out of it and your whole life could change that night, because all of a sudden you literally manifested your reality, made the change yourself. And now when you wanted to say, I want to be an actor, I want to be an actor, I want to be an actor, then the next thing you do, you take the acting class, and now you are an actor. Now things are looking great, and that talent inside of you always happened, right? Like it takes you. The secret is you getting your nervous system calm, you getting present, and realizing and dictating your own reality through these calm decisions that you make once you actually have clarity on what you need to do, and not letting those actions slip. Because if you let them slip, you won't be calm the next day when you wake up for work and you're all jacked up again on 3 coffees, figuring out the same bullshit that you deal with every day, or dealing with your same partner that you want to leave and you want to leave for 3 months, or you know being on playing the sport that you want to do, whatever age or size or thing you're dealing with. um you just need to actually create it yourself. And when people say manifestation, they think, oh, just thinking positive, all this woo woo, write the stuff down my notebook. All that stuff is great. Your subconscious can be programmed. I'm a huge believer in that. I would love to make another video on how to really program your subconscious, because it is true. I love to wake up in the mirror and tell myself I can win every day. Every day is my day. That stuff is real. But if I don't go do anything about that, Who can I can talk in the mirror, I can make my bed, I can do all these stupid things, and nothing's gonna actually happen. You need to get clarity, be present, and take these actions and move yourself forward. And I know that you can do it. Just take that leap today, and one step will lead into another. We always talk about momentum in this channel. This is how you actually spark that momentum, right? I think I made a video on talking about how to keep the momentum going. If you do this one day, this is what actually jump drives it. This is how you change your world. So, quick steps to action here. If you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling scared, nervous, anxious, if you don't know what to do, go for a walk, get your fitness right, start eating clean, get 8 hours of sleep, hydrate, take a nap, relax this weekend. Stop doing the substances or drinking all weekend if you need to. Like, there's so many things I can guarantee you that will calm you down right away as a remedy. Deep breathing, meditation, write stuff down in a journal. And those thoughts that you need that are going to make you take the action and execute and change your world will come to you. I hope you do that this week. Thank you for listening along and looking forward to the next one. Cheers, guys.